Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first episode of the Rift Podcast Project. Today, for our first episode, we have two very special guests, Chris and Sebastian.
Hello.
And for this first episode, it's mainly going to be more of a pilot. So we're just going to be talking about like some general things of what's going on today in everyone's lives. And yeah, so guys, crazy stuff has been going on recently.
Yes,
Yeah.
and that was very natural and very smooth.
Yes, it was. Yeah, we've been under quarantine for what has it been now? A month and like a few weeks.
Yeah,
Has it really already been a month?
We started
know.
before spring break.
yeah.
My sense of time is
It doesn't
gone.
exist.
Yeah, I thought it had been like 2 weeks or something.
It's been at least 4 to 5 weeks. It feels like forever, in my opinion, but that's just me.
I don't know. For me, it's going across surprisingly fast, but I guess I don't know.
Every day feels like an
Every day is like
waiting of an endless suffering to just try and get to the next one.
that was incredibly edgy.
That was the point.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Everything's just sort of samey, so it all blends together and goes by fast. It's sort of similar with the normal school schedule, almost. Honestly, except that I don't get to actually see anyone.
I know,
Which
dude. That's honestly one of the things I miss the most about like physical school is actually being able to see people and interact with them. Like,
well, yeah, because like you can call someone, but it's not.
the same. You can
Yeah,
text
so,
them, but it's not the same.
So on terms of like you guys started talking about like school. How exactly has our school has been affected by this coronavirus pandemic?
Well, we're not at school anymore.
That is true.
That is extremely true.
I need to make
Where-
sure I
yeah.
always have a Wi-Fi connection, or else I don't go to school that day.
That's very
Yeah.
true. Wi-Fi connections have been rough in terms of being in class.
Classes are
I was
really
in my
short.
math class, and I think there was 2 or 3 questions that our teacher she just froze. Her screen just froze and audio and all that.
Oof.
Yeah.
We just missed the explanation. That was an event.
Classes are a lot shorter, which is both nice because less school, but also awful because it means
We learned less.
way less. Yeah, which is just concerning.
Yeah, I mean, technically, it is the same as last year. The same time.
Sorta.
We'll just have.
I don't know. I thought the move for community time was sort of weird because
Yeah.
it started with 45 minutes. Then they give us more class time, which I could totally understand. I was like, okay, cool, yeah, that makes sense. And then they took it away again.
And then
Yeah.
like, you know what? Actually, let's have a community meeting. I text Sky, yo, Sky, is this mandatory? And she's like, yeah, this is mandatory. I'm like, but why?
It was for community. And for anyone who actually probably doesn't know what the schedule we're talking about, our school does an 8-period schedule. And before the whole pandemic thing, we had basically 75-minute classes with a lunch.
65.
65. No, it was 75. It would be
75.
almost.
Our
Wait.
lunch.
Oh yeah, 75. Yep, yeah.
Yeah, it was an hour and 15. So yeah,
Yeah,
75.
75-minute classes with a lunch in the middle of the day, and we'd have some sort of like community event at the end of the day or like a study period. And usually,
It was always.
well, yeah,
Never had stat at the end of the day.
well,
No,
yes.
yeah, we do.
Yeah, we
Sometimes
yes.
we always have stat at the end of the day. What are you talking about?
Yeah, so we'd have like a
Not
study
this year.
period or a community meeting or like a set period for clubs, which people call clubs.
Wow.
How descriptive.
Yeah.
Yes, but we normally those things happen. So like I think we'd have community meetings on it was Monday,
Tuesdays, and Thursdays.
yeah,
No,
and then
Tuesdays
chapel
we-
Wednesday.
Tuesdays he wouldn't. Tuesdays.
Yeah,
Tuesday
so
was
we-
clubs.
Yeah,
So
it was
yeah.
Mondays, Thursdays, and depending on the schedule, we might have it on a Friday.
And then Friday was assembly. So yeah. But yeah, so we have the rotating 8-period schedule with 4 periods a day for 75 minutes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so
now with the new coronavirus, we have same 4 schedules. They're just except they're only 45 minutes.
Same rotating periods also.
Lunch is about the same. But
Except lunch doesn't matter though, because lunch is
Yeah,
at
now
the
we
end
have
of the
lunch
day.
after all our
Okay, well,
classes.
technically there's stat after
They give us a lunch period, and then you can go
and meet with
to
your teachers.
to meet with like teachers or use that study time or
Speaking
whatever.
of studying time, how often do you guys meet with your teachers?
Uh,
In this new schedule and stuff. I
But
mean,
none. I have
in
yet
this,
to meet with a teacher.
I've met like when I've really needed it, but not really like. It's
It's
really
nice.
awkward. It's nice, but it's also like really awkward because before it's awkward enough being in person and just being in a room with them. But now I'm on my computer on like a video chat of just their face.
you want to talk about the college thing that we did when they had us just meet with the college counselor?
Oh no, that was fine. Honestly, I thought that was totally fine.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
I
we
had a fun time. I was laughing. We were just laughing, just joking around. and all
Shout
that.
out
Yeah.
to college counselors. They're great.
Yeah, they're
college
great.
counselors help you get into college. Respect them.
I wonder
Wow,
what.
really?
I wonder
I
if that's
didn't
why
know
they're
that.
called college counselors.
But for people, we had like a required meeting where we're going to iron out our schedules for our senior years next year.
I don't know. It's I don't know. I think everyone's just sort of thrown off.
Yeah.
We've
But I
had some
think
time to adapt, but I don't think anyone's going to adapt fully.
I feel like
No.
most people are getting more into the groove
Yeah,
now.
but the thing is, we also like only have a month left of school, so like we're
Yeah,
not gonna get
It
in. the groove,
it
true.
was we were pretty fortunate with like having our spring break a little bit like after the whole quarantine thing
Well, spring
started.
break was basically the beginning of quarantine, which is really convenient because that just means that we just never come back to school.
well,
Yeah,
that
no,
happened. That happened for a couple schools. I know that.
It did.
yeah. And I believe a couple of people like actually extended their spring break because schools needed
Yes.
to
Yes, I know
It was.
Saint Anselm's.
I know Episcopal. I'm like pretty sure Episcopal did.
Yeah.
Just because they were already on
extended their
spring break
and
and they
all
just
after
extended it in case like there was no quarantine.
Yeah.
Yeah, Saint Anselm's
But
as well. They extended it till Easter.
wow, that is a really long spring break.
That was very long.
Started when we
Jeez.
started, ended at Easter. At least that's
Yeah,
what I've heard.
wow.
I'm not sure if it's like true, but
But
that's
anyway,
students.
Anyways, so with the whole coronavirus pandemic and everything, uh when it first started, what did you guys really think about it when it first
Well, what do you
first
mean by
came
first
news?
started? You mean first started to us, or first started like when it happened?
Like in when it first started in China, and like we started getting reports
oh,
about this virus. What did you guys like? Did you guys think it was going to come to this scale?
absolutely not.
No,
I was incredibly skeptical.
I was
I
like,
thought
okay, well, of course, there's a virus. There's always a virus. There's something
yes, I
happening.
thought it was gonna be
Just that
like
like everything else.
there's always like
Something.
some like big thing that people are always worried about that comes around like I don't know once a year or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not always a virus, but it's always something that like a large group of people are worried about, and it's like in the public eye for a while, and then it fades.
Yeah, and if it's,
And then because like what was it? SARS was an outbreak in China
I never even
or
heard
like
of
in
it.
Asia that was really scary, but I don't think it never really caused like a quarantine.
Yeah, because it never really spread as much as this did.
And
Obviously,
I was thinking, oh, we'll be fine because SARS and
yeah, it's happened
COVID
before.
are like the same type of virus. They're both coronaviruses.
I was a little worried once I heard like how much it had spread in China, like in Wuhan, how much like they had to
Yeah,
quarantine.
it was like really quickly. It spread really quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was totally denying the entire thing. Like even when there were like cases like 2 hours away from us, I was like,
remember.
we'll be
I
fine.
remember. I was reading those chats and I was like, Chris, come on.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
But,
getting
like,
yourself worked up about something is just like not a good way to
Well, no,
go.
you don't need to get
Because when you
yourself
get worked
on it,
up,
but
you become one of those people who
course.
immediately went and like buy all the stuff from the supermarket and make everyone else's life miserable.
Well, yeah, but you don't have to deny.
Well, yeah, like, but
It
like,
wasn't denial. I knew that it existed, but I just didn't think it was gonna be that bad.
yeah, but
Yeah.
like that's a point of view a lot of people had that share with you that a lot of people didn't realize how big this thing was until it was too late and we were starting
Honestly, if we're gonna,
quarantine.
one of the people who actually did take this very seriously was my dad. He took it.
Yes. Same here.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
parents as well.
Well, I mean, that also had to do with like
Boomer
before,
paranoia.
before the actual virus came. I got both types of the flu. In
Oh,
Yeah.
that
No,
is
I remember that. We thought you were dead or something.
yeah,
You were
because like
you just left school for like a full week and a half or something.
yeah,
and
I
you were
left it
like
for I think
totally
4 to
radio
5
silence.
days.
Like I was legitimately worried about you because you just left school. You didn't say anything at
You didn't
all.
respond to anything. And we
To be-
kept trying to like see if you were all right, but
To
no,
be
you
fair,
weren't
I never got
responding.
any of that. I never got any like yo.
There were a
Sam.
couple people who had like the flu right before Corona like quarantine happened.
Yeah, I was actually sort of sick right before it as well. I don't think I didn't have like the flu. I had more of like a fever slash cold.
It feels like there's always some sort of virus going around our school, if I'm being perfectly honest.
Well, I mean,
Well,
there
yeah,
always
because
is.
it's like a high school and people
And
don't want to
also
miss.
like Chris, with all like the musical and play stuff that we do, that happens basically all of the time. That
That's
just
true. The
really
musical
ups-
just, oh my god, people got sick at like the worst times.
Yeah,
I got sick the week before opening, so I only got 2 rehearsals or like 3 or 4 rehearsals in costume.
Yes. I don't know.
We could have had
The
like
musical I thought was pretty good this year.
it was
overall.
really good. I'm so disappointed that we
I
weren't able to like perform it in front of a crowd. It
Did you
was
see
just
the musical, Samir?
no, I did not. That was
Shame.
game.
well, that was at the time where like my family took the whole quarantine really seriously and like really and like the musical was kind of at like the beginning of people starting to quarantine and my parents were like, "You're not going out."
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
closing
that
night was
was
the day after school closed.
Yeah, I
yeah.
know.
Closing night, my dad was like, "You're not going to go to this," and then my mom said he has to go to this, and he was like, "Fine,"
Yeah.
That sounds like what my
Like
mom.
but he
it,
wasn't
it's
happy.
it's crazy the numbers. Like I have it open right now, like the at least site called worldometers.info and
Worldometers.info.
worldometers. Yeah,
World meters.
but yeah,
Sounds legitimate.
but what it's saying is here at least is saying that coronavirus cases worldwide right now is 2.6 million.
Boy, someone has an electrical shock over there.
Jeez.
2.6 million. That is
Wow.
insane.
That's scary.
You know what that reminds? That reminds me of something. This morning, I was eating breakfast, and I heard some news that apparently they had done like autopsies on people who had died in like February, like
Yeah.
February 7th, and
Mhm.
like apparently 2 of them had died from the coronavirus
Oh
uh,
wow.
in the U.S. back then.
Yeah, the thing is like it says 2.6 million, but there are probably more cases out there.
That
Well,
like
especially because wasn't it that China just wasn't reporting a lot of them?
Well, to be fair, I think
Um,
like a lot of countries weren't reporting as truthfully because like it's
Yes,
a
but
no
China
country
was
wants
like the main area where it was happening, and weren't they like supposedly like just not reporting most of the cases to
There
who
was that one time where there was
or
like
to the
supposed
WHO?
of like information where it was like 3 or 4 times what they like the national was reporting.
yeah.
Yes.
And like to be
I mean,
honest,
but there's also like
it's
the deaths of just people who just didn't go to the hospital and they didn't know they had corona, so no one will ever know.
yeah,
know?
and there are people who just like even if they do seem sort of sick, I feel like even now there will be people where it's just impossible to know whether or not a couple of them have coronavirus because
Yeah, because a lot of people are still getting sick. It's still the world is still moving. Viruses
Yeah.
still come and go. You
Yeah,
Best thing you can do. Stay
And then-
home.
yeah,
Yeah,
stay home. Just
stay
go
don't
out.
leave your house, please.
don't go
Don't go out. Don't be those people that are like, I don't know, is it like the southern Midwest?
The protesters.
Something like that. Yeah, the people who are protesting the thing that is trying to keep them safe. Don't
Yeah.
don't do that. Don't be those people. It's here to help you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just trying to protect you. They're not trying to hurt you.
My advice would be
No, but it's something to do with like people's freedoms, and
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
What were they? They
it's
were
a slippery slope. As
Weren't
soon as
they-
they quarantine us for this, what are they gonna quarantine us for next?
yeah.
What were they? They were carrying like "Give me liberty" or "Give me death" signs, weren't they?
I saw
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
I don't know. It's
My advice
know.
would be
we're probably not. This is probably one of the only times we're gonna go directly into something political,
yeah.
just because we want to avoid most of that. But I think most of us can agree. Just stay home. I have grandparents. I want them to be okay.
I
Yeah,
have grandparents as well. I want my grandparents to be okay.
my advice would be basically stay home, make sure you have like all the necessities, and only go out if it's like a serious medical emergency.
Make sure you have toilet paper, because afterwards it's gonna be worth like $2.3 billion.
Honestly, probably.
Well, if you run out of toilet paper, you can always use napkins.
What's gonna be really funny is how like low gas prices are right now, and then as soon as they start going back up, because I think gas stocks are really cheap right now because
Yeah.
no one's using gas, and so
No,
as soon as quarantine is over, those stocks are just gonna shoot up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the oil companies are. I think the current price of a barrel of oil is like negative 35 cents.
Oh my god,
They're paying.
Oh,
people
I
to use
I
oil on
heard it.
them.
Yeah, I heard about that. That was
that's really funny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy. The fact that like you have so much of something that you have to pay someone else to buy it off of you. It's like a sin game.
I don't know if that's exactly how it works, but anyways,
Well, I mean, if you have
we're
no more
talking-
storage, you gotta do something with it. And if no one's gonna buy it, then someone has to.
well, we started talking about like how we're like quarantining. Can one of you guys talk about how this has like affected your personal routine and like your personal life?
I sleep a lot more.
I don't. I'm pretty similar to how I was before.
Yeah, but like I can still manage like an extra 30 minutes.
I don't know.
sometimes, like an extra
The main difference is just like I would go like work out in the mornings or something, and I can't really do that
That's funny.
because
I
I'm not.
actually work out.
I can't wake my entire like house up just because
Mhm.
I'm doing something. So that's like the main thing, and I don't know.
I work
What's
out
really nice,
more
our
now.
school does provide like a thing if you wanna like try and stay in shape as much as you can.
Oh, have you been doing the chain heroic as well?
I started doing it a little bit ago, and
Wait,
so
what?
yeah.
Wait, what's the train from home?
Train heroic is basically this app where like our school, like the school has been sending exercises through, and like you can train with.
Depending
Uh-huh.
on like your skill level and everything,
Oh, that's
and
really
it's honestly really useful because it's mostly stuff that you can do just
Yeah.
anywhere.
Mhm.
And if you want to download this app as well, link in the description.
We're not
No,
we're not sponsored.
We're not
not
plugging this
sponsored.
app.
But hey, Train Heroic, if you do want to sponsor
All right, we have
a
what?
channel,
We have 2 subscribers, and they're both one of us. Let's not get
Oh,
too far ahead of
I
ourselves.
should probably subscribe.
Oh boy,
Yo.
3. Anyway,
Here's the-
I wanna talk about something.
all right,
Yeah.
yeah.
More Corona topics. What do you think about the conspiracy theories? I think they're hilarious.
I haven't read any of the conspiracy theories. I don't.
Okay,
Okay.
so one of my favorite ones is that coronavirus does not exist and that it is
What?
actually radiation sickness that is being covered up by the government because the new 5G signals actually send out radiation that is strong enough to make people sick. But
Oh
the
my
government
gosh.
and the companies don't want you to know that. So they're saying it's a new virus.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my gosh. That's like wow.
Jesus. That's insane.
The problem with that one, normally conspiracy theories are like really funny because you can like you can like look at them and go, "Ha, that's dumb," but people believe it, and people have gone and like destroyed cell phone towers over this, like 5G towers.
Yeah,
I know people. Like, it's crazy. Like
that's such a waste
think
of money.
no, I remember reading up a thing about like how people thought the Corona drink was like now a monopoly because they use like the coronavirus is just like a term for virus is actually supposed to mean beer or something like that. I think it's like Corona is a beer, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Corona's
so
a bit-
like it was like so coronavirus actually means Corona beer, and now Corona has a monopoly on the beer market.
Is that a real thing?
Yeah, this is like a real thing where people like actually think that this is just like a whole big marketing strategy
the
for
big
Corona
publicity
beer.
stunt. Millions of people, works every time.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Have you seen those pictures of like the supermarkets that are like stripped clean, but then there's just
Yes.
like the Corona boxes that no one's
Yeah.
counting? 'Cause
That
they're like,
no
"Oh,
one's
it's gonna be
touched.
Corona."
That's funny.
Oh, it's hilarious.
I think another one of my favorite conspiracy theories is
they give you dreams.
that no no we'll talk about that later. No, we probably won't talk about that, but that the Chinese elite actually invented it because
Yeah.
according to these people, one theory is that it only attacks people with certain blood types, and the Chinese elite all have the exact same blood type.
Oh, that makes complete sense.
So it won't go after them at all.
What?
What?
It doesn't make any sense.
No, it
That's
doesn't.
not how viruses work.
It
That
isn't.
isn't how viruses work.
And
Yeah.
so they think it's like to get rid of all the poor people in China, which
Because all poor people have the same blood type? What?
yes, exactly. That is exactly what they think.
So that's like the one thing that brings me a little bit of light is just reading these conspiracy theories and like this horrible event. I can laugh at least like ridiculous conspiracy theories.
See,
Yeah, I don't know.
you guys
I
have that.
think you have what?
I have one act to entertain me. Like, quite nice.
Ah, yes, the school one acts. How are they?
Yes.
Are they good this year?
I'm doing Adrian's right now, and it's honestly really nice. I really like it. It's quite fun. I am the Beetle, which is a magical man or insect. I'm honestly not quite sure. I think it's a man.
I think.
So,
It's-
Seb,
Yes.
for our audience, how about you want to explain what one axe is?
Okay, so basically, us school, we have our plays, we have our musicals, and we have a one act. One acts are basically student written and directed shows that are one act long. There are a few scenes, and it's usually something it's nice and quick. And usually we would put it in the black box instead of CPAC, which is like a smaller theater that our school has, as opposed to our big auditorium theater. And it'll be like a small thing. Just a few people would come, would watch it, would have fun. This is actually my first time doing it this year, so I don't actually know that much about it. But yeah, and apparently everyone, you get to be like an actor and you get to memorize some lines and just have fun. It's really relaxed. It's laid back. From what
I have also recently had my first experience in our school's drama department with
Oh, wow.
with
Pit-
the pit band.
Ooh,
And I
ooh.
would honestly highly recommend anyone who has thought about doing the pit band, do the pit band.
Yeah, honestly,
I regret only starting it in my junior year. I wish I could have done it from freshman year because that would have been amazing.
no, I can say the exact same thing about set and run crew. It's just so much fun. You just get to make so many more new friends, and any friends you do have, you just get a lot closer with.
Yeah, exactly. It sounds really corny and cheesy, but you honestly do meet new people and interact, and it's a sort of like special thing
It's like
that
it's
no
a
other
special
group really
bond you have
has.
with them.
I will say though, there is
Don't be an actor.
no, you can
I'm
be an
joking, I'm
actor.
joking.
You can
Actors are
totally be
fine.
an actor.
They're fine.
There,
Usually.
especially between like Pitt and the rest of the group, I think there is a little like degree of separation.
No, I could see that. Yeah, because you guys
But-
don't come to me with traditions and stuff like that. Like you
Yeah,
guys,
we normally don't. Traditions is just literally each like stage 1, which is like the actors and run crew and people generally have traditions that have been passed down through the years, and the pit sometimes chooses to attend them.
I remember I saw some.
depends.
I think what is it? Caroline came to Couches, and did you, Chris?
Yeah, I went to Couches the last time because I thought I might as well see what it is. I think everyone should go to Couches at least once, just so you
what-
can see what it is.
No, you definitely want to go to Couches at least once. You want to like. You should experience it at least.
Yes, and sorry for anyone who doesn't know what Couches is. It's sort of special tradition.
Your mic's kind of.
Yeah, Chris, your mic's
Me?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I guess I messed with the cable. Is this better?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a lot.
All right, cool. Couches is. Are we allowed to talk about couches? Is it not a secret thing?
It technically is.
Okay.
Not anymore.
I'm not gonna say anything about it.
Yeah,
It's a
it's
secret
something, and that's
society.
what you need to know about it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not like super secretive because you can
No,
like
I mean,
learn
people-
about it.
Couches is probably one of the more well-known traditions out of anything.
I don't know any of the other stage
Yeah,
ones.
you guys do some shady stuff in the theater.
I wouldn't call it
Department.
shady.
Not
It's
shady.
unique.
I've heard stories.
Okay, well, I think you've heard wrong. So
I don't know.
So
The pit needs people to develop traditions. That's
Yeah.
the thing. We
Oh,
need
what?
traditions.
Vanku has their own traditions too, which I think is really.
I
cool.
did not know that.
oh,
Yeah.
But
So-
seriously, if you are a freshman and you are thinking about joining probably any part of the
And
drama
honestly,
department,
you
do
really
it.
should.
Do
It's-
it.
It's just so much fun.
It'll be a lot of fun. Especially
Yeah.
like I don't know. I'm not sure how it is for the plays. I'm probably only ever going to be in the musicals just because I
Because
play an
of the-
instrument.
Honestly.
So that's what I'm there for. I don't act. I don't
Mhm.
push
Yeah.
things.
I do run.
I
things,
could push
You
things.
know, sometimes I usually do the plays and the musicals.
so in terms
Honestly,
of like
I'm really.
Let him talk.
it's a
I had an
podcast. We have to
actual
talk
flow.
about topics.
Only one topic allowed.
Yeah.
So in terms of you were
Yes.
like talking about theater and like your extracurriculars. It doesn't have to be specifically extracurriculars. But is there anything like big that was going to happen that has been canceled due to this whole situation?
Yes.
Relationship life.
Oh.
Oh, sad.
All of the like
Prom was
trips.
canceled.
like
Prom. Yeah.
All the trips were canceled.
which
Sucked.
graduation for the seniors was canceled, which
That's
has
really sad.
oh my god, that's got to be awful.
It's fine. We're
That's-
just gonna make a Minecraft graduation for them.
Oh my god,
I'm so
We gotta
attending.
build it, and then we're just gonna invite all of them onto mine.
that'd be hilarious.
We're gonna stream
But I don't know. There was all the different trips, which was really it really
would've-
stunk.
it. It
Like,
would have been the only trip. It is the only time I could have ever gone on that trip. And
Oh,
now I
yeah.
know that I never will be able
So-
to.
I know for all the French students, or for most of the French students, we had our French exchange students over like this year, and
Yeah.
they came over for a while,
No, I
and
don't
then
think-
we were gonna go over to France with them over spring break,
Mhm.
and
And
you
that-
know, it really, really stinks that we couldn't do that.
Yeah, it really does.
And then a trip I know a lot of people were really excited for was our trip. Was it our school's like first ever trip to Japan?
A trip to Japan.
I
That
think it was. I think it might have been the first ever trip to Japan. I was super excited
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah, that sounded really cool.
Yeah,
Um,
You
it's
know-
unfortunately for us juniors and stuff, no longer.
yeah.
next
We
year,
can't go.
Even if
anymore.
the program's
Even if
back
they did
next,
it next
year,
year,
we can't do
We
it
can't
since we'll
go.
be graduating.
unless they do it over like winter break or like.
I
I
doubt
winter
that's-
break.
I
no,
don't know if that's gonna
Actually,
happen.
wait a second. They live on like another.
they don't really do trips over.
Do they
Um,
live?
really do
I
anything
had
during
I
work.
had like I was gonna do a trip like a service trip this summer also,
Mhm.
to like not get rid of, to like accomplish all my service hours.
Yeah.
See, I just worked at the senior center next to my house. That's honestly, if you're gonna do like,
It's very convenient that you have a senior center like really close to you.
yeah,
for
my
that.
my grandma goes there, or she used to. She doesn't now because of the quarantine and all that.
Yeah.
But, no, yeah, honestly, having like that senior center is honestly amazing. Like being able to see my grandparents, because I usually I really see them maybe like once a week, once every 2 weeks. But being able to just go there every day and just see my grandparents, say hello to them, give them a hug, would play like card games sometimes, just help entertain the seniors. I'd teach them technology and all that. It's honestly really rewarding, just really relaxing. and fun.
That's pretty. That seems really nice.
Are
Yeah.
there any classes that either of you particularly miss? So
Um,
I know for me, I do sort of
free period.
particularly miss. I think I would have to say my French class, just because, especially with French, for
Mhm.
some reason, just not that many people take it.
Well, I mean, Spanish is just a way more popular class, and then Latin.
Yo,
too.
Latin's where it's. I just realized all three of us take different languages in school.
we
Chris
do.
takes French, I take Latin, and Seb takes Spanish.
Yes.
What
But
language
I don't
do you
know.
take?
With French, it's a sort of interesting experience because some of the like a good amount of the people in my class I've had the same French class with for like the past like 6 years or something,
Nice.
because just not that many people take French.
Well, yeah, but I feel like it also wouldn't move too often. Like if you're with a group and like, because I know for my Spanish class, I've taken the same Spanish class with the same people for years.
Yeah,
Well,
same with me
probably
for Latin.
because you're on like the same, you're all on the same like level of Spanish.
Well, yeah, like I think I've had Dylan every year. No, I didn't have it last year, but I had it for 2 years, freshman and now junior year. I've had Isaac for every year. I had who else? Who's even in my Spanish class?
I don't know, but
Yeah,
I don't know.
but-
I think languages are. I think there are a few classes, one of which being French, that I'm specifically like missing just because the calls don't do it justice.
Yeah, honestly,
Not the
like
same.
I say, I miss free period, and that's kind of funny. Whatever you like,
Miss
don't
free
even have to do a
period.
Zoom call.
I miss
But,
free
like-
period.
But
That's
like
the
during
class I
free
miss.
period, I'd usually like go into the library, go into the design lab, and hang out with like Lena and Anna and Ryan, and we'd just hang out and talk for like the hour and 20 minutes. And that's
Yeah.
it's honestly really sad that I don't get to do that anymore, because that was just a part of my like daily routine on ABCD days. I'd go, I'd talk to them, it'd like relieve some stress, relax me for whatever class I had next.
Sounds like you're
And-
taking a spa day.
But yeah, but it's fair. Like you know, you
I-
had-
I do understand what you mean,
Like
yes.
spa day. It's a spa period.
Spa
Yeah.
period.
Yeah.
in terms of classes, I guess it's not really a class, but I do really miss. So I'm on the robotics team at our school, and
Wow, fancy.
I've been doing robotics competitively on the robotics team for the past 3 years. And so the first year I was on the robotics team, we do not speak of that because we did terribly.
I remember the first year of you being on the robotics team.
We did not
got
pass.
yelled at and kicked out of the robotics lab because of it.
Yeah, it was not a great year. But it was honestly, I feel like where I am now, I have to think. I feel like I needed 1 year of the lowest low to reach to where I am now.
We reached the
And-
highest of highs.
And I feel like my robotics career has been like it's been like a slope, where I started down there in freshman year, and in sophomore.
Wait, I need to know, what type of slope is it? Is it like a cube root slope? Is it a
Shut up! Oh
slope?
my god, be quiet.
I'm not gonna justify that question with an answer.
You
Hey,
just
just gonna-
answered it by saying that.
yeah.
And I'm going to continue. So in terms of so freshman year, it was rough, but we learned the basics and we learned how to make a robot and stuff
You
like
had
that.
Adrian on your team.
We didn't have, yeah, I did all the coding freshman year
Yeah.
because our programmer didn't do any of it.
Who was
Wow.
your programmer freshman?
Don't mention names if it's something negative. Can't do
Okay.
that.
But then in sophomore year, during the summer in between freshman year and sophomore year, I look back at my season and like, dang, I need to change this. So I spent all of summer like
You went
crafting
through a
ideas.
whole hero's journey for robotics, huh?
Yeah.
Honestly,
You
yeah,
know, he had
robotics has
the
been a
beginning,
really big
middle,
part.
and the end. He had his mentor figure who died, and then
Yeah,
had his lover stolen away by the villain.
by
And then
the
Every
other
time you
robotic
talk, Seb, it always ends with you just like leaning away from your microphone and it fading out.
his training montage.
So yeah, sophomore year, I came back. Had a lot of the people who had kind of held. It's really bad saying this, but like in terms, I can't. What's a better way of saying held us back? Didn't put enough effort.
There's no point in
Wow.
saying how's a better way of saying it if you're gonna say it.
But anyways, yeah, the people who just like didn't care as much kind of left, which like makes sense
You
because
better hope they don't watch this podcast and remember your freshman year.
they probably will. But
Be like, oh, I
anyways,
remember freshman year. How dare you?
All
but
the years after, like, I think there's something wrong because I can't distinguish the last like 2 years from this year.
oh dear.
I can distinguish them enough. Like freshman year, I wasn't friends with anyone here besides like Samir, really.
Well, because you were new.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's the thing. I joined this group because of Samir.
Yes.
Because-
Okay. Actually,
because-
I wanna ask about that. Seb,
yes.
I've been at this school ever since I was a wee little babby
A wee little babe.
in kindergarten,
A
but
little-
essentially JK because
Yeah, same with you, Samir, right?
I got
Yeah.
held back a year because I hated reading and I would like go full ostrich and stick my face into my book box thinking they couldn't see me.
Really?
Yes, I would do that.
That's
But so I've been here my entire life essentially. And
Yeah.
I just want so I've known a lot of these people at the school for
years.
what? How many
Years.
years? is it?
10
It's
years.
been like 11. For you, it'd
Well,
be like
this
13.
This would be
Yeah,
the
for
11th.
me
been-
it's 13.
for me, it's 12. It's been like
You came here in first grade?
kindergarten.
Oh, kindergarten. Yeah.
Yeah, we're in our
Yeah.
11th grade, so that'd be 12.
Yeah. So for me, it's been 13 years of a lot of the same people. And I
Yeah.
wanted to know how it was different for you. Because I know with going off to college, a thing I've been thinking about a lot is, hey, I've been around the same like group of probably like how many people in the original grade do you think we still have? Like
I-
90?
Really don't know.
I don't know. We have a
oh,
lot of
it was in the Kahoot. Remember, it was what was it, like 9?
Oh
no,
yeah.
that's from the JK class.
Well, yeah, but if they stay, that's at least that many people.
But before you answer, Seb, I just want to like say what I think it, because like one of the things I feel like I think you could either see it as like a negative or a positive of being.
Also,
like,
I just want you guys to know you technically haven't asked me a question.
Yes, I was getting there.
yeah,
But
I know.
yet. Before you answer.
I was saying,
Well,
yeah,
it's probably like he was like, what, like how is it different for you?
thanks
but
for
before-
stealing my questions.
You said it already.
But yeah,
But
I was
before
just
you-
thinking with like going off to college, a lot of us who have been in the same place our entire time, we're like, we're gonna leave this group of people that we've been around for forever, and I wonder
Mm.
if I'm gonna be able to like deal with this entirely new group of people.
Come on, Chris,
Yeah.
you're like one of the most sociable people I've ever met. You'll be fine.
I know I'll probably be fine, but you know, it's still like a thing in the back of my head, and I just wanted to know, like,
I understand how you feel.
how is it different for you coming in at like high school than like coming
Honestly,
in somewhere at middle school?
I
But
think
before you
that-
answer that, Seb, I'm gonna
I think-
interject
I
myself.
think that if you're gonna go into like a new,
Oh,
a
okay,
new
you just
school or
gonna overpower
something.
me. That's all right.
Sorry, what were you gonna say?
But sorry, that's for being kind of passive aggressive. That was.
Incredibly passive aggressive.
I'm just gonna just lean down, take a deep breath.
Just
Okay.
Come on,
ask
get
your
on with it.
question. Stop with the theatrics.
But anyways, at least you can be seen as like a positive of negative of being in like a school like this for so
Positive
long.
or negative?
Positive or negative is that like you kind of get when you go into yourself in kindergarten, at least in terms of my journey, when I look back at when I was younger, and I feel like most people are like this, but when I look back, I hate myself. I did this.
You cringe.
I did the stupidest things. Like
I
things,
think we can all say that we did. that.
Everyone
no,
feels
the
that
problem
way. You know
the
that.
problem with that is like, yeah, we agree, but when you're in a school like this, first
It
impressions.
never goes away.
Everyone remembers.
And
Yeah.
and like in terms of first impressions in any situation is like a big thing. And when
Samir,
you're in like a school like this, you kind of have this. You have people who've been there through the worst and the ugliest parts of your life, and that doesn't leave you. It doesn't matter. Like I feel like I've changed a lot, especially recently.
I would
And
hope so. You started at like 7.
yeah, but in terms of like no, but like in terms of like even interest and like personality in general, I've just
Yeah.
like, evolved, and I'm honestly I feel like I look back at things that like I enjoyed and like and not just like specific things, but like themes, and I'm into different themes and like different things now. But still people like if I went into school, like say this quarantine thing didn't happen, I walked into school and just went. I knew this person like since kindergarten, but hadn't really talked to them. I just went up and talked to them. They'd be just like, "What are you doing?" Not like they make like small chat and stuff, but like we wouldn't become best friends after that.
No, I mean,
No, I definitely understand what you mean. I think it's sort of. I think our school is very good about not being like super like. There are specific groups,
Yeah,
I don't
but
know. See,
I feel like it's
I
kind
have
of hard.
there
difference
definitely
between, like,
are still.
I think that's the difference between you guys, because like me coming into the school, as a freshman in high school, I was able to clearly see like each friend group for what it like was. I was able
Yeah.
to see like
You had
each
like a
group
fresh
of-
eye.
Yeah, see, like I'm not like you guys. You guys like had your entire almost your entire lives in this school, where you guys have slowly like been with the groups as they've melded and like dissipated.
We're
Yeah.
one
I was
with the
kinda like-
school.
I've changed like friend groups a lot, and that doesn't mean I'm not friends with some of the people like I was. Like
Yeah.
it just means like my like main group of people I hang out with has shifted a lot.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is it would be a little harder for you to, of course, like be able to just distinguish like a friend group that just it came to existence or something. You know.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, because I came in and I could tell like, okay, these group of this is like an XYZ type of group of people. This is this is like their connecting personality trait or something. And yeah, I was able to just tell that when I got into the school, because that's
And
just
then
something-
you saw us, and you're like, oh, losers, got it.
got it. You know, right where I could.
Uh,
Yeah,
But, like,
I see, and honestly,
Self-deprecation.
yeah, and that's one of the things that I tend to be at least
Gateway to
moderately okay at, is seeing groups of people and just being able to identify them and just like analyzing people. I'm at least okay at that enough that
I think everyone's sort of.
well, it's like empathy, you know. It's just like, or
Well, you have-
is it really
I
empathy?
feel
But it's
you
like,
sort of you sort of have to be able to tell, or else like you just don't pick up on social cues. Like,
yeah.
it's a difference.
Now that I think about it, I never answered that question. How
You
is
did not answer
Yeah.
the question at all.
I'm going to
Because
answer the
somebody
question now.
decided
I'm going to
that
steal
they
your
wanted
question.
to respond instead.
But in terms of going into like a new environment, especially
Wow.
college, I'm stealing your question. Yeah.
Why are you doing this? This is not directed at you. You have been in this school since like kindergarten. You don't have the right.
This is not directed. I wanted a perspective on someone who hasn't been here for 10 years.
Well, I'm going to connect it to like, so I went to, so for people who don't know,
Governor school.
yes, governor school. Here in Virginia, we have something called the Virginia Governor School, where like, and well, we have governor schools where they're like different schools, and I went to a
Basically, a law
residential.
student. You practice to be a governor.
That's not what happens.
Exactly.
But they have like a specific like residential programs, and I went to the one for math, science, and technology because that's what I'm into. And I went in, and it was very daunting because I, like Chris said, been in like the same type of school my whole life, and I was
It
going.
also
into-
doesn't help that our school is really small.
Our school is
Yeah.
extremely small.
Here's-
like-
that's the thing, though. See, that is the way that you guys think of your school. To me, this school is big.
Really, where did you go before?
My school that I went to before was called Queen of Apostles. It's a small private school.
Mm-hmm.
From kindergarten to the 8th grade class, they were a total of less than 200 students.
Oh,
Dang.
wow.
The average
That's-
class size,
That's
the average grade
tiny.
size was 17.
That's very
Wow.
small. Oh my gosh.
So to me, coming into your school,
Must have been like huge.
it to me it was just
That's we
massive.
have
the students.
there's like almost 10 times the people in our grade than your
Yeah.
school.
In my mind, your student size, your school was massive. I was able to talk to so many more different types.
The thing is, we're still a small school. If
No,
you look
yeah,
at
I
like
know.
if you look at like
Yeah.
TC or something,
Yeah,
like that school is massive.
and that's another thing. I don't think I would have been able to handle one of those schools because I don't know everyone in our grade. And
Oh
I'm
no.
100 people.
Yeah, so like that was
I remember it was a few weeks before quarantine started where I looked into the hallway and I saw someone for the first time ever, and I learned that they were in our grade. I don't even remember what their name was.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. There was like I think freshman year was like the last year I think I definitively knew everyone in our and could like pick them out.
well, yeah, because mainly in terms of schools like us, a lot of people come in during high school.
Well, yeah, but it's like a lot of people come freshman year. But like
Yeah.
what I'm saying is just like especially with high school, the amount of separation you have from certain people is really high because you don't have
Yeah.
classes with everyone.
Yeah, another thing,
Yeah.
like if it weren't for like the sessions that we did, and like if I met with you guys in the library, I wouldn't know you guys. I have never had a class with anyone but Samir.
True.
Like,
Yeah.
if anything,
That's
it's
fair.
a miracle that I even became friends with you guys. Like somehow,
Well, I wouldn't say it's a miracle because
It's-
you had a tie with Samir who was already like heavily invested
Well,
in.
yeah, but the reason that I became friends with Samir was because I remember I saw him playing CS:GO one day during math class, and I'm like, oh,
Sorry, you're gonna call a man out like that?
Okay, to be fair, I got good grades in the class, and the teacher
so
was
did
like,
I.
"Sure."
Yeah, but I remember
And-
I saw him playing CS:GO during math class, and it just annoyed me so much.
Wait, really?
I was just ticked off when I saw that. So I went over to him. I'm like, "Hello, you're playing CS:GO? I play that game too." Because
Why is that your annoyed reaction?
Because I'm not typically well, at least back then I wasn't typically a confrontational person, and I also did play CS:GO, so I was ticked off and excited to meet a new
Why
person
were you ticked
at
off?
the same time.
Well, probably because like this smug dude is just playing video games in a
Yeah,
math
It
class.
was the middle of I remember it was the middle of a lesson. I was sitting in like the
You were
second, third row back, and I was writing down notes, and then I looked to the right of me. Oh no, sorry, it wasn't. Yeah, I looked to the right of me, and I see Samir playing games. Right? I'm like,
In
oh,
my
okay,
defense, I had already filled out the whole note packet. All right.
whatever. I was following Mr. Taylor, at the right pace, and I looked at him, and I see him playing games. I'm like, what was wrong with him? And this is when it really like actually ticked me off. I was taking a test, right? And I was filling this test out as fast as possible.
and then he
And
started
I looked
playing.
over to Samir, and he had finished it like right before me, and I'm like, "How dare you!" I was like,
Wow.
I like. There's only two options. Either this man is either gonna be my rival or he's gonna be my friend, and I'd rather not have a rival. Then I'm like, yo, you play CS:GO? I play CS:GO. Let's become friends. And he's like, you play CS:GO? Oh my god, I have like never met another person who's ever played CS:GO before.
That's just a blatant lie. Also,
My whole friend group played CS:GO.
Yeah, I know, but like
literally every single one of us.
the way you acted was like you had never seen another person.
Well, to be fair, like at that point, a lot of other people had stopped, so I was kind of like on
Yeah,
my
that's
own.
true.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And we've never looked back since. Samir and Seb, best
Yeah.
friends.
Oh, those are the days.
Constantly
Like,
antagonizing each other forever.
Oh, I just
no,
realized.
I remember what was it? I used to play the mouse and you used to play the keyboard during math
Yeah.
class.
Yeah, we basically. So the thing is with
It
Seb,
was love at first sight.
the thing is that our teacher was a pretty chill teacher,
Oh,
and
yeah, Mr. Taylor, probably one of the most chill teachers. Amazing teacher. I love him. He's great.
it was sort of a subject where like we were taking geometry, and honestly, geometry is one of those subjects where I feel like I had like a good grasp on, and
I had
we were
already
both.
taken the subject before, and I was forced to retake it. So I
Yes,
literally learned nothing.
Seb literally had
Yeah.
learned the whole subject, and I had sort of knew like parts of geometry before going in, and it was kind of like the exact math that I thrive at. It's like
Yeah, it's not too bad. Like that's
Same,
one of the
same here.
traits-
Geometry is
Very good
perfect. Like it's nice and tactile. Like
Yeah.
I
I
know.
can imagine what I'm doing.
Yeah, the only thing that I remember not learning, before ninth grade, of course, I had never really learned proofs. So that was something I had to kind of reteach myself, going into the ninth grade.
Don't like proofs.
Yeah.
Honestly, I love proofs. They're like I used to hate them. I used to hate them so much. But like now,
Well, now
they're
it's
like
because there's
they're
so
like some
much
of the most
worse than that.
Yeah, but they're like some of the most satisfying things. It's like doing the trig identities and like
Are you like one of those people that like likes math because it's like a little puzzle?
I like that. Yeah.
not really. No, but the ones I do
What?
like,
Some
you know those
I know
you know the
no. I
problem?
know some people are like that.
I know Adrian.
I'm sort of like that. We're like
I'm kind of like that. It depends on the math problem. Because you know the problems with sine and cosine, and you have to do like sine squared plus cosine squared is equal to like 1, and then you do all like the different combinations of sine and cosine to get like sine x is equal to sine x or something like
I
that.
think that's
Yeah.
fun.
Those are honestly, I have so much fun doing those.
Yeah, I
They're
know,
just
right?
they're so satisfying. It's like
Yeah,
you're just
once
you feel so smart when you do it. You're like solving this piece and you're like, oh my god, this piece cancels out that piece, which like combines to make this other piece, and it's just great, honestly.
and then in the end you add up all the angles, you got that perfect 180.
Yeah. Or you have the perfect tangent x is equal to 1. And then you're like, okay,
right.
boom, it's
I'm gonna have to butt in here to make you guys stop this.
Oh, what,
So you don't just keep going on about it for the next 4 years.
what were we talking? Oh, we were talking about college, right?
no,
College
we weren't
is-
talking about college, you were
Yeah,
talking
I
about
was-
being a new student.
I was talking about government school.
Yeah.
It's too late now. It's
Nope,
we're
that's
going
gone.
We're
Samir,
going
that's
back.
gone. We already know. We already get it. It's
we
like
know what happened
it's
during
going into a new group of people. And
Well,
stuff.
yeah, but it's not only that. It was because the main thing about government school was that I was going to one for math, science, and technology. So everyone there was interested in math, science, and technology, and I shared a lot of interest with a lot of those people.
That must have made it so much easier to make friends.
It honestly did. It's crazy, but
Would
I
you
think
recommend governor's school?
Yes, on a scale of 1 to 10.
if you are a person who lives in Virginia and you are in high school, go apply to the Virginia Governor's School. And I'm sure many of the programs are like the residential programs. I'm sure all of them are great. You should go to MST, Math, Science, and Technology. It's the best one. If you don't, I hate
Totally
you.
unbiased opinion.
Yeah.
Yep, totally unbiased.
Anyway, you know what that isn't? That isn't a scale of 1 to 10.
Yeah.
Like that's
Scales-
not.
Wow.
Oh.
That was so rude.
Wait, what was one worse, 10 best?
Yes.
Like a
10.1.
What?
10.1.
10.1. Wow.
Yeah,
That's
we're going.
not even in the grid.
Honestly, one of my favorite experiences. And I feel like
So-
college, I don't think it'll be exactly like that. But
I can only assume that Samir is like a computer, and when it goes over the limit, it defaults back to 0. So he has a 0.1 recommendation.
but
1.1.
in
Point
terms
one plus 9.9.
Oh.
There
but
you
in
go.
terms of college, I think
Probably the worst joke I've ever told.
like once you go
Not the
into
worst.
a major program and you're studying like a major you're interested in, you're gonna meet other people in that major. And you're
Yeah.
most
Anyone
likely
interested
gonna
in
share
neurology, hit me up. Like,
like
Oh
at least
yeah,
that
you want to be one of them doctors. You want to be a real smart man, huh?
I want to be
Yeah,
a
it's
doctor.
like
Well, I
a
wanna
college
help you.
a college kid's gonna come in the chat and be like, "This is not what college is." We're like, "Oh, okay."
Oh
Well,
no.
you haven't been to college.
I'm sorry.
It's a college sin. I'm sorry that we can't help you there.
I don't
But
know.
from-
I have older sibling experience with college, and they have both say it's great and way better than high school in every way possible. So I have high
That's crazy because, like, I love. Honestly, I really do like high school. I
hopes. You
find it.
peaked. You peaked in high school.
So I feel like this podcast has been going on for quite a bit
Far
now. I
too
think
long.
it's
Could I
it's
answer
about
the
I think,
question that I was asked originally?
yeah, sure.
Ah, it's too late. We went off on tangents.
Yeah.
still
How
haven't
this
answered.
goes.
Samir answered instead of me, which is just like.
So if
Well, Samir's the host, and just like Kim Jong Un, he's a cruel dictator who gets to do whatever he wants.
I guess.
okay.
I guess we're not getting. We're not
Okay,
getting
are you
hosted.
kidding me? It's Kim Jong Un. Is it really controversial to say he's a dictator? Are you kidding me?
Uh,
I guess
No,
we're not
no.
getting the North Korea sponsorship.
Yeah,
Dang.
exactly. Anyway, I am gonna answer that question.
all
You
right,
asked me
Seven,
what it's
answer the
like
question.
joining a new school after 8th grade.
I thought you
Um,
answered that.
No, he didn't.
No, I
Oh.
never did.
He
You
never
did.
did. He said indirect things around it, but never actually answered.
I tried to answer it, and then
Anyway, yes, go.
Anyway,
Yeah,
yes.
go.
One of the reasons I did choose this school was first of all, I used to take classes there.
Mhm.
John Hopkins they do like
Oh,
classes.
CTY.
Yeah, CTY. And I
Yeah.
used to do them at St. Stephen's, and those are great. And I just like really fell in love with like the program and like the campus and all that. So I already knew kind of like some stuff. And then of course I knew Yamache, and he was all like, "Yo, this
What a
is like,
guy.
cool."
What a dude.
He was like, "This is a great school." I'm like, you know what? Maybe I want to go there for high school. Like,
Maybe.
it's funny because I almost went there. I almost went for elementary school. I almost went there. I think 4th grade.
Oh wow.
Transferred over,
Oh, you should have
And our
joined us.
lives would have been
but
so
it's way too
different.
expensive for an elementary school. So
That's fair.
That is very fair.
So I ended up, so I already had like good feelings about this school and whatever, right? And I also just kind of wanted to get away from my middle school, like everything
Yeah.
about it. I just wanted to leave behind.
I kind of get that. Like
didn't
even
really
in this
like
school,
any-
I felt.
I didn't really like anything about it. Like I had some friends, and yeah, they were great friends.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to leave my past entirely behind.
Also, before we end out, can we just say that the high school campus of our school is easily the best one?
Yeah.
It's so good.
Like the lower school one is fine. It's much bigger because you need playgrounds for small children.
The other
but all the-
campuses are frankly kind of creepy.
All the like, because all the buildings in the lower school are just like boxes with no windows.
Jesus.
Well, they have windows, but it's like there's not that much natural light, I guess. The middle school is literally half underground, essentially.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
the middle school campus is the worst campus.
Yeah.
And middle school
so
is
the
also the
smallest.
worst.
Middle school, I feel like
Yeah,
that's
middle
like
school
the
is the
common
worst.
thing where everyone just hates middle school.
For all
Well,
the
it's because 8th grade had more work than 9th grade.
It
Yeah.
did. It did. I had this one teacher, and she, I will protect her name, and she was like, "Okay, I'm gonna prepare you guys for high school," and she gave us like,
That's what they all say. They're like, you know what? We're gonna add extra work. And we're gonna prepare you for high school. And high school's not like that. Well, at least not in freshman year.
not in freshman year. She would give us like an hour or so of homework a night.
Yeah.
And I don't think I ever had an hour of homework in freshman year from all of my classes combined.
It
Let
does get
alone
harder
for-
later. But
It
It
does.
does. Yes, it does. But,
Junior
like,
year.
do you remember in like probably 3rd grade when they were teaching us how to write in cursive, and they were like, if you don't learn how to do this, you're not going to be able to make it through high school. All of
I
your
know,
teachers will
right?
make you write in cursive. I
David-
haven't used cursive once
I only
in
use
my
cursive to sign my name.
entire high school career.
I
I
know.
only use it to sign my name. They're like, write your signature, cursive name. I'm
Oh
like,
yeah, I guess I use cursive for that, but it's barely even cursive because it's mostly just like first letter of my name and then scribbles, first letter of my last name, scribbles.
no,
Alright,
well,
so
I
I
actually
think-
know how to write my name in cursive. So
I can write it, I just don't want to.
So I think we're going a little bit. So I think it's time to reel it in. And
Yep, I will
Of course,
continue
it
my
off.
topic. One of the best things about this school.
nope.
No.
save it for the next episode. I
is
have you on. All right.
orientation. That's
Seven,
gonna
if
be
you-
For the next step, he's gonna start right in the middle of his sentence. And...
one of the
Seven-
best things about this school.
All right, we're done here.
Orientation.
If you keep talking, you're not going to be on the next episode.
Oh.
Ouch.
All right. But actually, I might bring you guys on the one after that. I might try to get a different guest the next episode. You know,
different
things-
guests. Why would you want different guests?
We
besides
could just
us?
be the 3 main cast members and have a
Yeah.
separate guest.
no.
Yeah,
the
we just-
thing is, like, I want to keep it fresh. So for
Well,
the
yeah,
audience,
Keep it
if,
fresh by getting a new guest.
for
Yeah,
anyone,
Keeping this 3 of us.
Yeah,
For
we
any-
have the 3 of us, and we all just interrogate one person every day, every time, every week.
but anyways, for anyone who has suffered through this whole episode, and
Yeah, I guess that's
Or-
the right verb.
This episode's like an hour long.
or just like skip to the end, what this podcast is basically going to be is going to be sort of like this. Hopefully, with other guests, it'll probably be a little bit more focused. It's mainly because these guys I've like pretty close friends with.
We're buddy buddies, as they say.
Woo!
Yeah, but hopefully maybe next episode I'll get someone who's not as like close to me, and we'll have like actual
We'll,
conversation.
we'll be
How about this?
slightly
Here,
less
I'll give
all
you,
over
I'll
the
give you
place.
Sky as a
But
guest.
yeah, but
how'll that work?
Sure, it'd be great to have her on.
I can get
but-
Monty as a guest too. But Monty's
but-
going to be a guest on my podcast, so I can't have her being on.
I'm making a rival podcast now.
No,
But,
I'm doing Monty history though. I need that extra credit for history, so I'm going to make a 10-minute podcast, which is
But
probably going to end
anyways,
up being like 2
I'm trying-
hours.
Seb, I'm
but-
trying to end the episode.
We're trying to stop.
So, anyways, yeah, it's mainly going to be a pretty chill podcast. If anyone has any
Relax.
recommendations, if anyone has any recommendations on
chill.
any topics that you want to be heard, discussed, please comment down below or email.
Please, in
Anatomy.
those topics, also try to avoid politics.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like if it's like really controversial, probably won't do it. But
The topics are also probably going to be like screened beforehand to be like, oh, do you actually know anything about this?
yeah, I
Yeah.
will be. So please, like, if you're just gonna like send me some rubbish, save us both some time and not
Rubbish.
do that.
Rubbish. How dare you send me this
Go
rubbish?
put the rubbish out in the bin.
But anyways,
Oh my queen! I'm sorry you had to see this whole.
Oi,
rubbish.
mate.
also, if you would like to be a guest on the show, if you go on the channel page and go to about, you'll see my
Yes, plug your channel.
Yeah,
yes,
Wait, aren't
so-
you posting this on your channel?
yeah. But so go
Then
to
why
the
would you
channel, go to the
you know-
about page, and look at the business inquiries email, and shoot me an email on whether or not you want to be on the show.
Shoot me an email, guys.
Yeah, I honestly think I'm be down. Like this podcast is probably going to
Yo,
be
shoot your
focused on
shot with
shooting-
this man. He is quality.
We're ever gonna interview a teacher.
I honestly might be fine with having a teacher on the. If you're a teacher, if you're one of my teachers, and you'd like to be on the show, I
One of my
love
teachers.
Yeah, no one else's teachers are allowed.
no, but like if I'll probably have, it's probably going to be more focused on like the perspective of kids, because I feel like a lot of podcasts or at least a
Teenagers.
lot of news I've read there hasn't been as much like insight on how kids are dealing with.
Oh yeah, because like
This-
adults are the
They
ones
don't care.
They're affected.
It's not
yeah,
that they
'cause
don't
adults are
care,
affected
it's
by
just
more
that-
of this type of stuff. Because
It's
they,
also
you know,
not as interesting. It's all
Yeah.
like, well, school's different.
Yeah,
Yeah,
adults
but I
work,
feel like
and now they're like, I don't
don't know.
work. What do I do to earn
but I
money?
feel like there's
I don't know.
definitely like stories that can be told, and I'm more than willing to have people, just anyone, even if I don't know you, if you just want to be on the show, talk, I'm fine with that. I think it'd be a great episode.
You
and
mean like
yeah.
what we just did?
Yeah,
we,
but I know you though.
well, yeah.
Yeah,
W-
but
what- how
anyways,
did we- How did we even do that? We started this talking about the coronavirus, and we ended.
Because that's natural. You go out on tangents. Fine. It's normal.
yeah, I
majority-
know you got on tangent, but what tangent did we even go off
Who
to
cares?
to lead us
like
to
We're trying to
this.
end the
This is a
episode.
tangent
Yeah.
right now. But yeah, so I'm gonna do the closer. If next episode will probably be live stream, like most. So for this show, we're probably going to do more live streams, which I think is a really cool aspect of like, because you don't really have podcasts. Well, it's not really. That's why it's called the podcast project, because it's going to be, we're going to do it live. So if you have any suggestions while watching the episode, you can shoot, you can
Also,
comment
if we're
in chat.
shoot a
it
comment.
probably wouldn't be a bad idea even just to record the live stream. Anyway.
Yeah. I
Oh
will.
yeah, because I
the
think that's
live stream
something that we
will-
definitely want.
Live
Like
streams
Twitch
will be
VODs.
recorded. Yeah,
Yeah.
live streams will be recorded and will be on the channel. So if you missed the live stream, it's still going to be
You
on the
can always
channel.
watch it.
You can always watch it. But yeah. So next episode will be next week.
So what's going to
Thursdays.
be the theme of next episode?
Uh,
It's all Corona.
It's
All
not
of
gonna.
it?
So yeah, if anyone's worried that this is just going to be on the coronavirus, this podcast will not just be on the coronavirus. We'll be discussing multitude of
As
topics.
evidenced by
90%
one episode
coronavirus.
that
Well,
just is not themed around the coronavirus that much. It was
well,
like
hope.
happy.
Well, yeah, but it's not just going to be like happy, but this was the first episode. We're in the middle of this whole quarantine thing. It was a pretty fresh topic. I thought it was a pretty. I thought it was a topic that we
I'm
should
pretty sure it's gonna
discuss.
stay fresh until the quarantine ends.
Yeah,
Correct.
but yeah, this episode's getting too long. So
It is.
thank you everybody for watching. As you can see on the video, follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Next episode will be Thursday at 6. And yeah, thank you for watching.
You should
Thank
add a
you,
date
Chris and
instead
Seb,
of-
for being here.
You should add a date, by the way, like April X or something.
It doesn't matter.
Okay, whatever.
It's next Thursday at 6.
Next Thursday. Next Thursday is the 29th of April.
There we go. Boom.
29th of April. Next episode. Oh wait, not the
6
29th.
p.m.
No, it's not.
Sorry,
It's the
no,
30th.
it's 30th. Sorry, Thursday.
The
Right.
30th of April.
30th
at
of
6
April.
p.m.
Tune
At
in.
6 p.m. Tune
You
in.
will not be hearing. Well, I don't know. Depends. If you have us back, then you will be hearing our beautiful voices again, Chris and I.
Ooh.
If we do not happen to be here, it's okay. It's okay to cry.
Still watch. Still watch.
It's okay to cry.
I know you'll be so disappointed that we're not here.
But
don't
yeah,
worry, we'll be back next time.
probably gonna have a new guest next week, but
I
Chris and Seb will definitely be reoccurring guests on the show. It's a pleasure to have you guys. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having us.
Yes, this was a lot of fun. I'm excited to see what comes out of this.
Yeah, it was a lot more fun than I expected this to be like really different, but it's honestly a lot of fun. I wasn't really
Yeah.
Just like talking with a friend.
So
very relaxing.
I'll see you guys next time.
In the
All
next
right.
one.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.